Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and you know what time it is, yeah?
Information on celebration.
Well, it is Monday night, November the 4th, and we go live every Monday night to talk about our favorite city, the town, actually, a celebration. It's the town that Walt Disney World built. And what we do every week, you guys, is we talk about what's coming up for the week. I'm going to do a couple highlights of some of the stuff that happened the last couple of days, though, because it was pretty incredible Halloween to start with. And also remind everybody tomorrow is final voting day. Please make sure you get out there and vote. For those that live in Celebration, remember that most of us, I believe all of us, if you haven't voted already, because if you were part of the pre-voting, we went to the library. But I believe for regular voting, which is tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you go to Celebration Heritage Hall. Now, if you want to double check me, you can always go on Google and you can type in voting near me and you put your address in just in case, because I don't know, maybe if the library is going to be open for some more voting, but I believe the main voting location for tomorrow specifically is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is Celebration Heritage Hall. That is 175 Celebration Avenue. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Yeah? Amy, oh my gosh. So you guys, Amy is opening, her and her husband are opening up an ice cream parlor. Can't wait for that. It's going to be back in Island Village. But she did this marathon type of thing that Disney had over the weekend. Amy, I think, what was it, 4 different things that you ran? If you're able to maybe put in the chat. And I would like to probably at some point show some pictures, but she did all 4 of them, got medals for all 4 of them. I always say if you see me running, it means there's a fire, so you need to start running because I'm not a good runner. But Amy is representing us all. I call her my honorary little sis, and so she represented very, very well. And so congratulations on that, Amy. A couple other things that were going on other than Halloween the last couple of days. There was something which is kind of important. I think I talked about it last week, but the Celebration Foundation once a year, I believe it's once a year, they have an event at the Celebration Memorial Garden. Celebration Memorial Garden. That is where if you have a loved one that has passed away and you live in Celebration, you can honor them once a year. You can actually get a plaque. I think the plaques, I want to say they run about $350 or $375. You go to the Celebration Foundation, you pay for it, and then it takes a period of time. I think they kind of print them out twice a year. So give yourself a good amount of time. And then there's a gathering at this beautiful rose collected area, or it was the Boy Scouts were involved in it. And it's right before you get to Artisan Park on the right-hand side. So for those of you that aren't living in Celebration right now, but you're thinking about moving to Celebration, it's a nice, beautiful Zen area where they have these big columns and there's plenty of room there for more names. And so as many of you that have followed my story, I lost my father. My family lost my father July 12th of this year, and my mother 9 months prior to that. So I lost both of my parents within a year of each other. And it was just a blessing to be able to have a place, where Compress came out and William Lewis spoke. And then everybody was able to speak a little bit about their loved ones. And the place was full. There was a wonderful grandfather, granddaughter that played some background music. I think the first song was a Beatles song. It was really beautiful. And then one of the things that touched my heart the most is, you've got family and then you have family that you pick, right? And so I have Dee Bellavati, and he's our YouTube producer. And I sometimes, many times, call him my adopted son. But I had written a song with him when my father passed away, and he did the song at the memorial. And basically the song is, it's hard for me, but good for you. And the song was about when you're a little kid and you got to get on that bus and your parents get you all dressed up and your lunch is ready, and then they send you away on the bus and the kid's face is pressing on the glass like, I don't want to leave you, I don't want to leave you. But then you come back after the first day and you're super excited about all the wonderful things that happen. So not good for me, but good for you being the parent and the child. But then fast forward when you are saying goodbye to a parent, and I have great faith, so I do believe in heaven. But it's still hard. I think it's harder on the ones that are left behind versus the ones that are heading to heaven. And so the song then goes back to, it's harder for me, but good for you to be going to heaven where there's no pain or anything. So anyway, I just love, matter of fact, Rod, my husband, took a picture of, I don't know if you can see it, but this was the wall. This was the wall. And you'll see my dad's name on the left-hand side, my mom's name on the right-hand side. And it was just a beautiful opportunity for my brother to come along as well. My sister-in-law, Trish, my nephews, Brandon and Matthew, and it happened to be celebrating Matthew's birthday that day, and my husband. And so thank you, Dee, and thank you to Kathleen and Vicki from the Celebration Foundation. That just tells you yet another leg of celebration, why it's so super, super special. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, what are some of the other things I want to talk about? We have got a lot going on this upcoming week because it's Founders Day week, you guys. So we've got elections tomorrow. And then on November 8th, there is a Founders Day concert. And I was counting up the years because, my family and I are founding residents. We have been here, and it is, I think, let me see, for 28 years. This will be the 28th anniversary. And so they always have a really great concert in downtown Celebration. And it goes from 7 to 9 p.m. You want to show your Celebration resident ID. The band is phenomenal. And then on November 9th, I believe that's Saturday, at 10:30 a.m., there's a veterans parade. And I do know that Bettina with Embrace was looking for some volunteers. If anybody's interested in helping with the parade, will you text me at 407-808-9845? Excuse me, and I'll put you in touch with Bettina. I'm not sure what they might need some people helping with, like traffic or whatever. I'm not sure. But the Veterans Day parade starts at 10:30. I know there's a flag ceremony, I think, right after that. And that flag ceremony is at the corner of Celebration Avenue and Campus Street, where that big, huge flag is. And once again, I'm going to talk about the Boy Scouts again, because I believe that they take care of that area. And not only the Boy Scouts I want to talk about today, I want to talk about the Celebration Cub Scouts. The Cub Scouts, so cute, so cute. Some of you may have seen yellow bags on your doorknobs. That is the Cub Scouts, and they are collecting food. And the food that they're collecting will go to a good cause, obviously. And by Saturday, I believe, they will come back towards your home and pick up anything that you leave on your front porch. So canned goods, right, that aren't expired. And last year, it was 6,600 pounds that these little sweet boys gathered. Are you kidding me? Come on, that's awesome. 6,600 pounds last year that they did. All right, Cub Scouts. And this year, they have a goal of 10,000 pounds. Okay, so start getting your canned goods together if you don't mind, and let's help the Boy Scout or the Cub Scouts make their goal this year. What else do we want to talk about? I do want to see if I can share some Halloween video, because I don't want it to go without notice, because a lot of times we'll talk about it, right? But then we don't have an opportunity to show what happened afterwards. So yeah, I think I can do this. Yes. All right. So our street, so back in East Village, because you guys remember we had a big pirate ship on our house for like 5 years. We sold that house. We right-sized. We bought a beautiful home from the SeaWorld folks and renovated it. I did a video with regard to how it only took 2 months, completely renovated the house with the exception of a room that the SeaWorld artist had painted in one of the bedrooms because we wanted to have an homage to our dear friends that were the trainers. And so that house is on a street called Runner Oak. And Runner Oak has got a cool thing going on. It's got a cool thing going on. They coned off the streets. And then this, I would say, one of the catalysts of this whole thing is a wonderful older lady that is by the name of Judy. I have a very dear friend, Judy, that passed away a couple years ago. So I just feel like anybody with the name Judy seems to have a beautiful spirit. But she has this thing where kids line up. She was popping popcorn for 2 days straight. 2 days straight. She had like a line of kids that were going through getting candy. We had, well, I'm going to show you some stuff. I don't think you can hear the sound, but let me share some screen. So another neighbor down the street, I thought this was really sweet too. He had some skeletons that looked like they were playing the saxophone and they played music. I don't know that you can hear it, but I will, let me see, share the screen. Here we go. Let's show you what I'm looking at right now because I want you to see how fun it is. All right, so let me see if I can play this and blow it up a little bit. The way you're seeing here, there we go. You might be able to hear a little bit. So what you're seeing, you guys, is like some cool skeletons that are playing some music. And then let's flip over to this image. This is what this is happening. This is with the popcorn. This is early in the day. Now let me share with you that, so this is early. This is probably like 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. And look how many people have already started arriving. Maybe 4:30. She has this long line. They are able to get their popcorn. She has these little cute little quizzes for the kids and they can get candy. Look at her house. How spectacular. One lady. She was doing that. What a sweetheart she is. And like I said, this is when kids, you're not expecting them yet. All right, one more little video. See if I can give you even more of an impression. You know, I love these dinosaur outfits that these kids get into. But see what I mean? So she had these different stations where people could get candy, and she had all these cute little quizzes and riddles. And I just felt very inspired by Judy. I want to tell everybody, Judy is her name, Runner Oak. Big, huge thumbs up. Oh, I'm getting a message. Dune Buggy Jim. Hello, Kim. Denver, Colorado checking in. Yes. Hey, Denver, Colorado. Can't wait to get down there. Just need a buyer here. Yes, Jim. Oh, I know. I know. I got you. Sue and I, we got you. So we can't wait for you guys to get here too. So we're super excited. All right. Now, let me talk a little bit about, let's talk about the market. I think that's a good thing. That's one of the number one things that people ask us for is to tell them what's going on in the celebration market and the last 7 days. I've been doing the show for over 2 years now, and I'm seeing the trends. Definitely, I can tell you if inventory's gone up or down, or if it's buyer or whatever. I will tell you that the market is very, very healthy here for sellers right now in particular. Nobody wants to let go of their celebration homes. They want to stay here. If you think about it, especially when you hear national news about hurricanes and everything, we are so inland that we don't get the impact like the coast has. And our heart goes out big time because we absolutely love Madeira Beach. We love Treasure Island. We love Clearwater Beach. We love that whole area. As a matter of fact, we have a Facebook group that has over 8,500 people. So I know many of you are watching this show to check in because I know a lot of people from the coast now are starting to move inland. And so the things that you want to look for, you want to look for areas where the power lines are underground. God bless Walt Disney and the Disney Imagineers because they thought of that over 28 years ago. A lot of times when you get high winds, the thing that most people are concerned about is if they're going to lose power. Well, most times you lose power because a tree has fallen on a power line, but that's not going to happen, right? If you have power lines underground. Hey, Yvonne. Oh, Yvonne's got a wedding coming up. So anyway, for her daughter. So I'm super excited for you guys. So we did not lose power. We had a couple trees that did go down. We had, I call them the heroes team, Shell Hart, Tim Zelmansky, a bunch of men that I know. First thing in the morning, they are out there with their chainsaws and they are cutting up some trees that it might come down, and our town quickly gets put back together. So we're very blessed. So you can see, hey, Joel Perez, hi. So many of you saying hello. So appreciate all of you. How's the weather in Denver, Colorado, by the way, Jim? I'm just wondering what the weather's like. You know, we started to cool down here a little bit. I'll say Halloween. I was thinking it's a little warm, but it wasn't hot, but it was a little warm. You know, a lot of times these cute kids, they're putting on these Minion outfits. Have you seen them? I should have a picture, but they have these Minion outfits where they're enclosed in plastic. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the humidity in there, is it hard to breathe? But they are so cute. I saw a couple of them with their parents, and the parents are holding their hands because they can't really see out of the outfit and they're tripping and stuff like that. But they are so adorable. I tell you what, if we saw kids wearing stuff like that, 39 degrees right now. Oh, that's not bad. First dusting of snow today. If you think of it, take a picture. Love to see it. Yeah, we would give big candy bars, the big bars for the kids that wore those costumes that we knew took a lot on them. But I will say every child, and we gave out candy until about 10:30, I think, that night. We showed a movie. We showed Young Frankenstein on the outside of our house. Our daughter Ashley came over to help. We had a young little girl that came out and helped us too, that she was the ringmaster, cute outfit. Elijah, the Prince of Real Estate, came out and helped us as well. And we just had a steady stream. How many pieces of candy did you give? Oh, Joel. Hey, Joel. Yes. So when we had the pirate ship, we would give out over 5,000 pieces of candy. Remember me telling that story? So I'm used to having a lot of candy on hand, but I knew it wasn't going to be as much as Main Village. And so East Village, we gave out, I believe Rod said 1,650 pieces. I think I prepped for 2,000 and then gave a bunch of candy to my nephew the next day. But it was over, I would say it felt like 2,000 people. And every child, and as the night gets longer, 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10, you start getting the teenagers that are going out by themselves the first time without their parents and stuff. And they were so polite, you guys. They would come in clusters of like 6. And, and later at night too, because you're always giving lots of candy out. But when you realize you have excess candy at that time, it's not a bad thing, because these older kids, I'm like, take a lot of candy. And yes, so it was a beautiful, beautiful night. We always do trick-or-treating on Halloween night itself. So we don't save it for Saturday or Sunday. It's the day of. And I believe, Jim, hopefully you'll be here for next year. I think next year might be a Friday. Is Halloween on a Friday next year? I think I might be right. If it's on a Friday, it's a madhouse. It's a madhouse in a good way. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So let me share with you what is going on with the market. Because like I said, most of you, that's what you ask me for each week. And I want to make sure we provide that to you. Where are we? Right here. Okay. So Dee always likes me to whoops, I messed that up. Let's see. There we go. Dee likes me to have my face up a little bit larger so that I can be talking and you can read my lips, I guess. But as of today, November 4th, there were 91 active homes. That's not a lot, because as you might recall, I've said that it's a normal market is 440 homes or more. So to only have 91, that's very, very low. Okay, and that's much lower than last week, because last week we were approaching that 100 mark. Well, all of a sudden it dropped to 91. And what I'm looking at here is there were 13 touch points, 13 touch points. And remember, usually you see a lot of touch points towards the end of the month because a lot of people like to close at the end of the month because it just makes it a little easier with interest and who pays what on the HOA and all this other stuff. You don't have to, but a lot of times people will do that. And so I'm only seeing three new actives, three new actives this week. There's one that came on the market for $2,550,000 on Golf Park. So a very high priced home came on the market, estate. And then what I'm seeing are 8 pendings. Am I doing that right? Yeah, 8 pendings. That's a lot going off with very little coming on. A lot going off, very little coming on, right? I do believe that after the election, a lot of people that were waiting one way or the other will now decide to pull the trigger and go ahead and purchase. So if any of you are out there waiting, now it's the time to go ahead and start committing. Oh, what does a touch point mean? Meaning 13 penny. Oh, good question, Joel. Okay. So when I'm looking at, I'm pulling up actives, pendings, and solds. And so for the week, for 7 days. And so what I'm looking for, I call them touch points. So a touch point could be something came active, a pending, something pended, or something sold. And that is a really good register on figuring out how the market is doing. And so this week, once again, 3 actives. We had 8 pending. So a lot more went off than went on. And then 2 solds, 2 closed. Yeah. So that's what I mean by touch points. As far as who was in the market this week, in case people are asking questions, I do see that a house that was $2,395,000 took a contract. I think it was the Crawford team. Congratulations. And so there was a buyer in the market this past week that was looking up to that price point. Because I know as many of you are saying, well, this was my price point. Why didn't I get any showings this week? There's a lot of times there's clusters of time when people, maybe one week it's all condo people, and the next week it's all high-end estate people. Most of the time it's kind of that middle range. So what I'm seeing is there was a gap. There was a gap between like 899 and 1 million, let's say 1.8 million. So there weren't a lot of people in that gap price point, but a good many in the 800, 839, 889, 899, 785, 710. That seems to be a sweet spot right now if you want to list your properties. Those seem to be going really fairly fast. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Any other questions? I'm seeing people say hello. Hello. Thank you. Hey, yeah, I do wanted to remind people we are actually, there's so many fun things that go on in Celebration that you just kind of forget about because there's just so much, right? So we already talked about all the big events that are coming up this weekend, but like tonight at Mulligan's, they have a trivia contest. And I haven't really gotten to spend good quality time with my team lately. I've spent good quality time, obviously, but it's like running past each other and doing contracts. Cheers from Miami. Hey, Mancorn. So nice to have you. We love Mancorn. We love the Bright Line. We love the Bright Line. To be able to go from Orlando International Airport and get to Miami on the Bright Line, I think it's game changer. Don't you think so? I think so. My husband's birthday is coming up at the end of November, and we're going to take Bright Line down to Fort Lauderdale. We're just doing like a 3 or 4 day little cruise for his birthday. But why get on the road with your car and drive and possibly get stuck in traffic when you can get on the incredible Bright Line? It's clean. You can get a cold drink. You can get some food. There's bathrooms on there, and you're not having to deal with any traffic. I can actually get some work done when I'm on the Bright Line before I head out on the cruise for a couple of days. So to me, I just love it. And so I'm just thinking Miami to Orlando. That's great. And we're getting a lot more people from Miami contacting us. We do have a realtor by the name of Tanya, and she speaks Spanish as well. I know a lot of people would like to have a Spanish-speaking realtor. We also have our marketing people that speak Portuguese. We have a member of our team that speaks French. So we're truly global. I really have a dream team. So I'm really, really honored to have them with us. Speaking of them, on Wednesday nights, we are, did I mention Mulligan's is a trivia contest? Yeah, so I'm going to meet up with them after this. So that dream team, I'm going to meet up with many of them for a trivia contest right afterwards. My husband's already there greeting them and very proud of them. So just want to do a little cheers to them and play some trivia, and hopefully they won't see how bad I am at that. Now, they have a show on Wednesday nights. Every Wednesday night, I learn so much from them. They talk about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. So if you are interested in another area that is not Celebration, because sometimes people, you know, they have different wish. They may have a wish that they want to have a lot of land. They love Yellowstone, which, by the way, that's coming back on the air, I think, this weekend. Mineola might be right for you. We have done an interview with the mayor of Mineola, Pat Kelly. He is a friend of ours, and he talks about they don't really want a lot of people moving there because they like the freedom, the land, not a lot of congestion, all that kind of good stuff. Now, if you want to live as close as you can to Disney, you want to be in Celebration or you want to be in Golden Oak. And we talk about all these different areas outside of that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. It might be Winter Garden, it might be Windermere, it might be Dr. Phillips, it may be Orlando, but we've got you covered. So just go to the Near Disney YouTube channel. Please subscribe and like. We also have something new. Let me see if I can post this here. We have another channel that we've just started, and it's called Living in Celebration. I'm going to type it in here. We'd like you to subscribe and like to that as well, because we are starting promotions where you can win prizes on there. And that is specifically for Celebration. Near Disney is about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. So it will talk about everything from Kissimmee to St. Cloud to Celebration to Orlando to all those places. So we hope you enjoy it. We really have a lot of great joy when we have the opportunity to share information with you guys. Please let us know. My cell phone number is right here. Text me or call me if there's any videos that you're not seeing that you'd like us to do, or if you have any questions. We'd love to be your realtors of choice. It's a real honor. I've been doing this for well over 25 years, and I own a real estate company right here in Central Florida called Florida in Motion, and I have a business partner by the name of Eugene Petrella. All right, you guys. Well, I think I'm coming up on the amount of time that I try not to go past. Yes, I try not to go past 30 minutes, and we're almost there. Yeah, I just want to say, thank you again for saying hello. Did I explain how the touch points work well enough? Does everybody feel like that made sense? Yes? Okay, good. All righty. Okay, you guys. Well, wish me well. If you're around, you're going to Mulligan's for trivia. That's where we're headed. And hopefully the team will see you on Wednesday. And then Friday, we're going to be doing a video about something with Advent Health. Advent Health. Oh, good. Jim is sending me some pictures. Red Rock Theater. Okay, I'm going to show some of those pictures next week, Jim, when I've got the show going on, if it's good. I always wanted to go to a concert at Red Rock. All righty. Thank you, guys. God bless. Oh, here we go. Love your. Oh, thank you, Joel, for saying that. Love your videos and have a great week. You as well. God bless you guys.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.